Hello everybody and welcome. Thanks for joining me as I go on my first true rail fanning experience and my first train chase. It's Saturday, April 9th and a beautiful spring morning in the Low Country. Let's take a look at the plan for the day. I am located in the Charleston, South Carolina area. I want to check out this area here south of Charleston to the I-95 area in Yemassee. Now, I've driven this route on US 17 back and forth on my way to Hilton Head or even hopping on I-95 to go to Orlando and back. I have always seen this piece of rail that for a good distance parallels US 17 in a few stretches, but never have I ever seen a train. After doing some research, I am convinced this is part of the CSX A line and the path that many Amtrak trains take as it makes its way to Savannah and points south to Florida. As I was doing my research, I also came upon the Ravenel Train Depot. Looking into it further, it seemed like the perfect spot to set up and see if I could catch a few trains, including the Palmetto 90. This depot has a rich history and its importance to the town and the railways from the way past. This is a restored building with a park for kids and also has public bathrooms as well, and a pretty decent area to set up, and it's a double track area. Soon after I set up, I saw the first train coming. It didn't take long. Speaking of which, it was a long intermodal. Let's take a look. Yep, well, as you heard it, the train went into an emergency stop. I am beginning to think intermodals and me are not getting along too well. That's a reference from the beginning of my trip from Pittsburgh back to Charleston. Check out that video. Well, shortly after, I heard the brake lines pumping, and this beast started to roll to get to their southern destination. Well, 30 seconds after I stopped recording, this happened. It just stopped again. I heard a horn though, so I'm thinking it's the Palmetto 92, which is due to pass here any minute. Makes sense the intermodal stop because several miles down the track it goes back down to one track. So I assumed it's going to let the Amtrak pass. Definitely not Amtrak. Definitely a local job. Hauling rocks. Probably going to North Charleston Yard to get sorted out to go points north. More action happening around this beast of a train. Now, a maintenance on wheels passed by. Finally, the beast started to roll again, as you hear the strain and the creaks of the stress going through the veins of this train. With the footage I had, I reviewed it many times and did the best I could to count how many cars were on this train. I counted about, with the engines, 148 cars total. So that was about above 7,800 feet. This beast was about a 1.5 mile train. our MOW friend started to come back. As a matter of fact, I noticed a few CSX crews starting to gather by the woods over yonder. I wish I knew what was up, but due to the fact my scanner radio was shipped a bit late, I had no idea what was actually going on, and it was driving me nuts. Finally, the Palmetto 92, 45 minutes late, made its way past the Ravenel Train Depot. Since I was far enough south on US 17, I decided to go the extra 40 minutes or so to Yemassee, Amtrak station, to check out the depot itself and see if I can spot a few more trains. This place is full of history. Yemassee. That's right, I looked up how to pronounce it finally. Although rail life existed a very long time ago, think Civil War, the really cool part of history here has to do with the Marine recruits. You see, according to several websites and the resources found at the depot, between 1914 and 1964, the Marine Corps used Yemassee Station as a gathering point for all recruits coming from all over the place. Many stayed over until they would depart on their last leg of the journey, which was the Marine Corps Recruit Depot, Paris Island. It is noted that about 500,000 Marine recruits came through Yemassee during that time, spanning from World War I through the Vietnam era. Several areas and sites within the town commemorate this historic event. Soon enough, had another freight train coming northbound. Let's take a look. Hey, this is pretty interesting. I don't think I've ever seen it on any of the virtual rail cams on the internet. Let's take a closer look. Wonder what these are. This was my chance to finally see a train in this area after all these years. The chase was on. Aha, there it is. Did you see that? Going right under the road. This is where the single track is for a while as a train leaves Yemassee towards North Charleston. But will I be able to catch up to it? It's so long. Finally, after all these years, I see the train through the trees as I'm driving along. Well, it's been years because I finally got my butt outside and started the rail fan. I can't believe I'm finally seeing it. You would think this would be a bit of an emotional moment, but I really wanted to overtake this sucker and set back up at the Ravenel Train Depot. I also wanted to see if I could catch those responder incident training cars I thought I saw earlier and get a better look. It was getting hard to see anything, but wait. Here's something. Oh no, I was still behind the train. Well, I got back to the depot and set back up right on my spot, looking south. Wasn't quite sure if I was able to overtake that beast, but then I heard a horn, and through the trees she was coming down. So let's take a closer look at these incident cars. It wasn't long that I found the information on the internet that talks a lot more about these cars. In essence, these specialized RIT, Responder Incident Training Cars, are used to train first responders all over the 24 states that the CSX network operates in, and on how to respond to emergency situations and especially hazardous material training. It allows for hands on training, which is vital for first responders to get to know the equipment and how to safely contain situations that may be dangerous to the public. Well, I have to say, this spot was a hot spot for activity, and I will definitely be coming back for more visits and train watching. I got to see a long intermodal and getting it stuck twice. I got to see a local CSX movement, MOW twice, Amtrak 92, our first successful train chase, learned a little bit more about the RIT, and the first responders going on by. By the way, it was just a small medical run just up the road. Please check out the links in the description, learn more about Yemassee, the Ravenel Train Depot, and CSX's RIT. That's all for now. Thanks for watching.